Hello and welcome to the video lecture, the introduction to Chapter 11, Data and Database Administration. I always like to start off this chapter by saying it's really data administration and database administration. A lot of students, when they see this chapter title, they're like, well, okay, I guess we're going to talk about data. No, we're not going to talk about data. We've talked about data. Here we're going to talk about the administration of the data versus the administration of the database. These are two distinct roles. The data administrator is sometimes the CTO. That person is the very high level. The database administrator, although again at a very high level, is really more of the day-to-day operational person associated with your database. Both of these people are paid very, very well, and they're both highly skilled. And I encourage you, if you do so wish, to pursue this, either one of these roles, because they are very exciting roles, to be quite honest with you. So let's talk about the objectives of the chapter. First of all, as usual, we are going to learn a bunch more terms. We are going to talk about the functions and the roles of the data administrator versus the database administrator. We're going to talk about data dictionaries, the role of data dictionaries, and the role of information repositories. We are going to compare optimistic and pessimistic concurrency control. We've talked about concurrency control in even as far back as IT 117. We're going to talk about it a little bit more here. We're going to talk about data security. We're going to talk about how databases are what role databases play in regards to Sarbanes-Oxley compliance. We're going to talk about data recovery. Most important, I'm going to say at this point, I'm going to remind you that you should be backing up your data on a daily basis. One of the things you as an IT professional should be doing is you should have some kind of facility for backing up your data, and it should have been tested at some point to make sure it actually works. Thinking you have your data backed up and knowing you have your data backed up in such a way that you can recover from a disastrous failure are two completely different things. We're going to talk about database tuning and what changes can be done to tune a database. What do we mean by tuning a database? And the importance and measures of data availability. Remember, the role of the database is to store the data, but you also have to make it available for people, because if nobody can see it and no one can use it, what are you storing it for? So we're going to get into that. So that is the end of my video lecture on the introduction to Chapter 11, Data Administration and Database Administration.